Right, so it's had a bit of a remake for this year. Is the pool heater Mark II in the PC case. So let's have a look. Start or power on switch and start switch, and obviously cool down switch when you turn it off. There we go, on this way. Power, extractor fan. There's the in at the top, out at the bottom. There's the exhaust just there. Oh, and fuel tap. Let me whip the side. As you can see there, exhaust. I've got two relays because I didn't want 30 amps going through my little switches. That there is my PlayStation 3 12 volt power supply, which is really good because they give out 38 amps, which is quite a good little power supply. There is my sort of old lawnmower fuel tank, which I got off eBay for about £3. And that's it. That's my CITROEN C8 or Fiat Unisy or Peugeot 807 Webasto Thermo Top C heater. So it's all been shoved in. Let's give it a go. Right. Guess what I've done wrong? The pump was working, by the way. See this thing here? It goes in that position, level with that. I should know that. I had it turned off like a pillock. Right, shall we go again? This is the fun part in doing stuff. Right, I've done all the hard work and it's a simple error. Right. Oh, by the way, there's never any good things for this, look. Wiring. The furthest pin over there on the 2-pin is 12 volts. The second one towards you is earth. Then you got 1, 2 on the left hand side is your diagnostics. 3 is this 12 volt signal. I had to move one of them because it was in 5 for some weird reason. And then we've got the 4, which goes, sorry, the 6, which goes to the pump over here. So can we get in there and have a look? There we go. Can you see that? There we go. So that's what mine is. So I've got the 4, so it goes 12 volts earth, empty, yellow, white, or yellow is diagnostics, white start, and it goes 4 empty, 5 empty, 6 red, which is the fuel pump. So I don't know why you can't, or everyone seems to be secretive about it. It's bloody silly. So let's have a look. Hey, here we go. Smoke again. So let's get going, shall we? That sounds better. It's when these fire, they sound like a little jet engine. Yeah, there we go. We've got ignition. So we should see this water definitely swirling about in there. There we go. So we're on full chat now. Now what I do want to know is I've got a fan down there. See, I've got a bullet fan there. I've got an extractor fan there. With the case on, will it be enough to keep the temperature down? That's the big question. Now these should get warm pretty quick. It's amazing how quickly these heat up. So yeah, that's getting warm already. What was it? 5 point. That's already 9 degrees. It's amazing how quick these things work. When you've got the fuel tap in the right direction, that is. 9.8. Now you've got to remember, when you've got like one of the big round sort of 10-foot pools, like I've got one of these cheap things where you blow the ring up and then just fill it with water. They're about 30,000 litres of water. So it's going to take you about 6 hours to warm up to about, you know, like 30, 32 degrees. So don't expect it to heat it up in half an hour or something. But you'll do it on something like, you know, a couple of litres of diesel. So you're not caning the backside out of your electricity all the time. Especially if you've got access to red diesel, or you know, you can siphon off a bit of your heating oil, a bit of kerosene or something like that. Because these things, these Webastos run perfectly okay on those. 12.8. This thing's cushy. Turn it up. You can see that. Let me just. There we go. That's better. 37.1. 37%. So yeah, we have steam. What I'll do, I won't let it go much higher, because obviously there's no point. As you can see, 37.6. It will keep on rising because the Webastos will go up to like 60. I think it's 64 degrees. 38. Now, I really don't want my bucket going all soft and gooey. There we go. So the water pump now has a thermostat. Now, that's a groovy pattern going on there. You can see it in the dark. Got it set, come on at 30, go off at 34, and that was whopping £3.48 from China with postage. And all I've done is my switch, which is that one there, which I have to switch power to thing to go. I've just intercepted that. So I've got on and off switch, powers the thing up, and the thermostat. The on switch then provides, or lets the thermostat work if it's within range. So I've still got manual control over it. The sensor, I don't know whether it's going to work, but this will go in my tie wrap onto the incoming pipe. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to get heated up from the exhaust. That is yet to find out. But at the moment, I'm quite chuffed with the way things are happening. You should see, as you can see, I've got my water cycling down there. We should see that going up. So it's on 19 point, there you go, 20, 20.3, 20.6, 20.8. I want to see if it cuts off at 34, and then you'll see the green light come on here. So yeah, it's a nice little thermostat. 4 wires, 2 to power it, and the other one's the obviously relay in, relay out. Can you see that? It's doing some weird things on this camera. Believe me, it's not cycling like it does, like it's looking like. So hopefully it's on. That's awful. That makes it look worse. It's on 23.8. I'll tell you that now. 24. It's going quite well, so I'll just pause it and then we'll have another look. Right, there we go. It's coming up to 30. 30.3. It's 31. Look on my little bucket, I've got steam. I don't know if you can see the steam. I think that's picking the steam up. Okay, what are we on? Oh, there we go. 33. There we go. 33.1. It should cut off when it gets to 34. 33.6. 33.4. That's a bit bizarre. Ah, it must have just reached there because it's now wiggling all over. 33.6. There we go, 34. As you can see, that light down there has just gone off as well. So that's going into cool down mode. So doing this might actually save me from checking the temperature and doing all this myself, which is quite cool. So there's no point me carrying on. What I'll do is I'll pause and we'll see if this temperature goes down to 30, and it should kick off again. Right, see you in a mo. Right, as expected, I put the side on and the exhaust heated up the sensor, but fortunately the fans that I put at the back and behind here are doing a very good job at removing that. I don't know if you can see that. It's 33.9, 33.8, see it's dropping, so I'm expecting it to get to 30 and switch on again. Right, so while we're waiting, I thought I would say how I've mounted this. You see right here, I've got a little step on my covers. So what I've done is I've just basically super glued two together. And on the back, I've made a nice flat area here. So use a Dremel, cut down the little lip that's behind there, joining the two together. Right, it comes with this. So I think it would be easy if you want to mount it, if you want to cut aside a square that size, obviously a millimetre less around the edges, and then stick that on, and then obviously you mount the circuit board at the back of it with a little white spacer, and then put the sticker on the top. But I did away with that because you can do wonders with a Dremel. I've basically cut out all these holes on there,
and did away with that, and I've filed down the little white spaces to about half the size, and it's perfect for the little switches behind there, perfect in size. So we're just waiting for the temperature at 30 and it should kick off again. Right, it's like watching paint dry, isn't it? It's at 30.3 if you can't read that. It's still steaming over there. Excuse the state of my garage. Yes, this is really my garage. Yeah, I know it's a mess. Right, we are still steaming. Just. Alright, let me go back. Here we go. 30.1. We should see the other red light come on as well. 30, there we go. Sorted. And the motor's kicked on. Ah, that must be the warm water going through the pipes. It's just gone up, if you can't see that, it's gone up to 30.6, 30.7, 30.8. So the water is still warm in that bucket. Because the actual heater hasn't kicked off yet. Can you hear the fuel pump? You'll hear. You should hear it starting off now. It sounds like a jet engine if you haven't heard these before. Get down here. Yeah, move this pipe out of the way. Oh, that is quite warm. Yeah, I really am shaking that much. So, if you can hear that, you know that it's kicked off. That's one. So, what are we showing on the front? 33.9, and it's kicked off again. So that's nice. That's going to top that up, and that's going to put it in cool down mode. So, I don't know. I'll need to keep an eye on the water because it's a tiny little bit, that tiny little top up. And if you can see it, try and go against the black. We are steaming again. And that was what, 30 seconds of heat? So, yeah. I might have to play with these figures to counteract the exhaust heating up, or try and shield the thermostat, or the sensor, thermostat heat sensor from the exhaust heat. But that'll be another video, because right now I need a cup of tea. Whoops. Here we go. Anybody who wants to buy one of those thermostats, it's gone up in price. It's now £4.46 with free postage. Absolute bargain. You can see here his name is Globe Wang 200, or sorry, 2013. That's Globe Wang 2013. And here you should, if I click on these pictures, there we go, there's your little sensor. It comes with quite a lot of wiring, to be honest. It's quite good. There's your circuit board, and there's your cover I showed you. So I didn't use it, so I just used a Dremel and cut my own hole in the panel. There's your input, goes earth. Oh, let me go back. Earth 12 volts, and that's your relay. That's your switch. Right, there's your buttons. The instructions are in Chinese, which I'll show you. Makes no sense to me whatsoever, but you can work it out. That sets this figure. That's up down for this figure, and that is a mode button. I think it gives you an instant 10 minutes or 30 minute on, 30 minute off, but just go through it until you got the display showing what the temperature is, and that's all you need to do with this, if you're using it obviously for the same reason I am. So that's the model number, XHW1411. There's your picture. That's the back, but you've got these terminal blocks anyway. So there's your power, negative, plus, and your output, which is just your relay switch. Obviously just send your power off to wherever you want the power to go to. In fact, I didn't do it like that. I just put my earth there, my 12 volts there, and there, because it's a relay switch, I'll put the power from my switch, which switches on, because obviously, if you can remember, the switch used to go straight to the white wire on the Webasto to switch it on. Well, that switch now goes to here. The output from the switch, should I say, goes to here, and then it goes from there to the white wire to initiate a kickoff. So basically my switch allows this relay to work or not, in effect. Let me if you want any of the information, there you go, I'll leave that on there for a sec. See, that's quite cool. Minus 55 to 120 degrees, that's brilliant. Control range, minus 19 to 99, brilliant. Right, usage method, there we go, I'll leave that on. Well, you can just look at this yourself, can't you? If you want to control the water boiling to stop at 60 and start over at 45, then you should set the start value at 45 and stop at 6. It's pretty self-explanatory. It might actually tell you what these buttons are, I have no idea. There you go. So you press the button. So, okay, so you set one intermittent work mode unit, minute left, start minute. Oh, right, so the left thing is a start minute, right is a stop minute. All right, okay. So in other words, work for 3, stop for 10, or something like that. F2, time switch, left hour, right minute. So work for 3 minutes. So F3, time switch. So I'm confused. Time switch, left. I've got no idea what the difference between F2 and F3 are, because it's the same according to that, but I'm not going to use it anyway, so I don't really care. Right, so enough of that. You can look that up yourself. Go to, let me go to the top. This is the person, Globe Wang 2013. Do a search for DC 12 volt. There we go, thermostat control, and you should come up with this. Okay, have fun.